The restaurant was filled with the sound of clinking glasses and polished laughter. At the corner table sat Victor Hayes, one of the wealthiest CEOs in America, watching his 7-year-old son push away his plate. The boy hadn't spoken a word all evening. Then, something unexpected happened. A waitress knelt, gently picked up a fork, and fed the child as if he were her own. For the first time that night, the boy smiled. Victor's heart stopped. He knew at that moment his life would never be the same again. Victor Hayes was a man who lived in skyscrapers and signed deals worth billions. But behind all the power and prestige, he carried a private pain. His only son, Ethan, was autistic. Ethan's world was quiet, closed off, and often misunderstood. Dinner outings were the hardest. Expensive restaurants, gourmet food, and servers trained for elegance. None of it mattered to Ethan. He struggled with textures, sounds, and faces he didn't recognize. More often than not, Victor felt helpless. That night, he had brought Ethan to celebrate closing a massive business deal. But as usual, the boy sat silently, staring at his untouched food. Victor tried coaxing him gently, then firmly, but Ethan's eyes remained downcast. Victor sighed, embarrassed, ready to give up and leave. That's when she appeared. Her name tag read, Maya. A young black waitress is working double shifts to support her family. She noticed what no one else did, the loneliness in Ethan's eyes. Maya approached the table carefully, lowering herself to Ethan's level. Instead of forcing conversation, she smiled and placed a small piece of food onto the fork. She waited patiently, her voice soft and warm. "Hey, buddy, just one bite, okay?" Ethan looked at her, hesitant. But something about her tone calmed him. Slowly, he opened his mouth and accepted the bite. Victor froze. No therapist, no specialist, no expensive program had managed what this young woman just did in seconds. Ethan reached out for another bite, and then another. For the first time in weeks, he was eating. Happily. The other diners watched in silence as Maya encouraged him gently, never once making him feel pressured. She laughed softly when he smeared sauce on his cheek and wiped it away like a caring, big sister. Victor's eyes welled up. He had built empires, commanded armies of employees, but here was one waitress, breaking through a wall he thought was impenetrable. After the meal, Victor pulled Maya aside. His voice was unsteady, unlike the commanding CEO the world knew. How did you do that? He's never let anyone feed him before. Not even me." Maya smiled humbly. "My younger brother is autistic. I learned that sometimes all they need is patience and someone who sees them, not their condition." Victor was speechless. For years, he had poured millions into treatments, programs, and specialists. Yet this woman, earning a fraction of what he spent on a single dinner, had done the impossible. In the weeks that followed, Victor asked Maya to spend more time with Ethan. Slowly, the boy began to open up. He ate more, smiled more, and even attempted words he hadn't spoken before. One evening, as Victor watched Maya patiently help Ethan try a new dish, he whispered to himself, "She gave me back my son." Victor didn't just tip her generously. He offered to fund her education, her dreams, and her brother's care. But Maya's greatest reward wasn't the money. It was the smile on Ethan's face every time he saw her. Victor's life had been built on billion-dollar deals, but this time, his most valuable investment wasn't in stocks or companies. It was a young woman who taught him that kindness can break barriers money never could. And in that lesson, His life truly changed forever.